What if this is like a second part of something? No! Hello, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been quite some time, but I've been really busy these past few weeks and haven't really had time to make videos. Unfortunately, I really miss it, but for this series, I'm trying to really stick to my promise to always put out the video on the first day of the month. In case you haven't seen the previous ones, this year, I'm doing something very special because my sister gave me a flash drive with 12 ebooks, one for each month of the year, but I could only see the first one and then I always unlock the next ones when I finish the previous one, and so on and so forth. I finished the book of March, so today is the day to reveal the one for April. Like I always say, it's the favorite day of the month because I'm always super excited. I'm not the biggest fan of surprises. Don't get me wrong, I like them, but I can't know that a surprise is coming. Like now, if I know that there's still 8 or 9 surprises left on this flash drive, I want to see it all now, you know? Anyways, this month is a bit different because unfortunately my Kindle device got stolen. I got robbed and pickpocketed on the metro. So my little baby is gone. Hopefully I'll get a new one sometime soon. I'm saving up for a new camera now, so the Kindle thing is not really, it wasn't planned. So I actually finished reading this book on my phone. The book of last month, I don't even know how to hold this. Ugh, it's too big. The book of last month was The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce. The thing is, when I opened this book last month, I had no idea what it is. I've never heard of it before. And then I I think, Googled it and realized it's also been made into a movie. So I was like, it must be good then, no? I forgot to read the summary. You know what? I film this every month, and every month I forget how I do this. The Unlikely Pilgrimage of Harold Fry by Rachel Joyce is a heartwarming and reflecting novel about an ordinary man who embarks on an extraordinary journey. When Harold Fry, a quiet and unassuming retiree, receives an unexpected letter from an old friend, he spontaneously decides to walk across England to deliver a message in person. Without proper planning or preparation, Harold sets off on foot, and along the way, he encounters a variety of people who challenge and inspire him. As he travels, Harold reflects on his past, his relationships, and the choices that have shaped his life. This touching and beautifully written story explores themes of hope, redemption, and the power of human connection. Listen, this book gives me a really mixed bundle of emotions because, to be honest, in the beginning I wasn't really enjoying it. I started reading it, I was like, what is this? It's not fun. It's about some old guy literally just walking and walking and walking. So I kept reading because obviously I knew I had to finish it. I have this thing where I have to finish books in general because I'm always like, even if I don't like it, maybe there's something at the end that will make me like it, or I will understand the story. Also because obviously this series, it is what it is, you know? And obviously I want to give every book a chance because my sister handpicked them for me. At least I think so. And it was really strange because I think maybe the whole time reading the book I was struggling with the fact that it didn't feel real to me. You know, it was a normal story, it wasn't science fiction, it wasn't anything made up or unnatural in that way. But imagine, I don't remember how old he was, but I don't know, maybe a guy around 65, 70, in his 70s, and he just starts walking literally across England without anything. He wrote, I think, a reply to the letter he got. He took it, he went outside, and he wanted to put it into the post box to be sent. But then he was like, oh my god, what if I deliver it myself? So he didn't have anything with him. I was just walking through the city, or not even the city, the whole country. And then I think later on he either got some equipment gifted or he bought something along the way, and then he was sleeping outside on benches and stuff like that. And I was like, what's happening? To me it really didn't seem just real or possible. Also, I think he didn't even have a phone with him or a map or anything, so he was just doing it, I don't know, randomly, this aspect of the story and of the book didn't really make sense to me. So I was struggling with it because I was like, it's not real, like it's not possible. So then it was difficult for me to empathize with the characters and connect to them. But later on, as the story kept developing, I started getting a little bit closer to the characters and I started seeing maybe like the point of the story. So I kept reading. It was honestly pretty easy to read. What I loved about it was that the chapters were pretty short. I think that's how I got through the book in the end, because I was always like, okay, one chapter I will read today. When I was going to school on the metro or something, again, let's do one chapter and it'll be fine. And usually I even read more. So in the end, that's how I got through the book and read the whole thing. How many pages does it have? It wasn't even that long. It had 307 pages, which I feel like isn't that much. It's like an average for a normal book. Would I want to read it again? Probably not. I don't even think I would recommend it to anyone specifically, because a lot of the things in the book felt confusing to me. There was something happening and I didn't really understand why. There was one, let's say, quote unquote plot twist, but not like in a good way, not in a bad way either, but it was just something unexpected which kind of solved the one thing that kept confusing me throughout the book. And then I understood, okay, so this is why this was happening. I don't want to reveal it, obviously, no spoilers here. And it was kind of heartwarming because it was from the perspective of an older guy, which I think I almost never read books like that. Usually the main character is younger or middle-aged, but like an old person. I don't think I've ever read anything from that perspective. So that was kind of interesting, but I don't know. In the end, it didn't give me that much of a satisfaction where, you know, you finish, you close the book and you're like, oh, and then you kind of think about it still. No, I didn't do that. It wasn't a bad book. It just wasn't entertaining for me and it didn't bring me anything that deep. Now let's see if I can pull up any quotes. And since I was highlighting it on the Kindle, I don't know if it went through to the iPad, even though I am like in the Kindle app. So let's see. Ooh, this is what I like about the Kindle, how it's like connected. It's kind of like the Apple ecosystem, even though I don't want to support Amazon anymore, but that's another topic. She had said what she had set out to say, but she wasn't feeling what she had set out to feel, and needed to impose physical order on an uncomfortable emotion that was swelling inside her. This I felt, because sometimes you feel like when you express something to someone, you will be understood and then you will feel a certain way and it will help you, or I don't know, whatever it is. And a lot of the times that doesn't happen. Obviously, we can't control that much how we feel. We just have to, you know, get through that feeling, whichever one it is, if it's happiness, sadness, unsureness, whatever the feeling, and then you're not feeling the way you would like to. I feel like that sentence really highlighted that. The reason she had stayed with Harold all these years was not David. It wasn't even because she felt sorry for her husband. She had stayed because however lonely she was with Harold, the world without him would be even more desolate. David, the other character that the quote is referring to, is their son. This just makes me think about relationships these days, or in general, because sometimes we want to stay with a person, whether it's a romantic relationship or a friendship, and we want to stay with them because we're afraid that if we separate, if we let go of them, the world will be even worse and we will feel bad without them. But sometimes, especially me, in friendship these past few years, I've learned that sometimes letting go is really what you need to do, and it helps. Obviously, you might feel a certain way after it. You might be sad because you are letting go of a part of your past or someone that meant a lot to you, but sometimes you just grow apart. You have to accept that. Ooh, this one hurt. Where did you sleep last night? In a field. She shook her head in awe, but he must have misunderstood, because he said in a rush, I don't smell, do I? No, she rushed back. I washed in a stream and then again by a drinking fountain. Only I don't have soap. He had already finished his Mars bar cake and was slicing open the complimentary scone. He ate food so fast he seemed to inhale it. She said, I could buy you some soap. I'm sure I passed a body shop. Thank you, that's really kind, but I don't want to carry too much. Maureen felt afresh the shame of not getting it. She longed to show him all her colors, and here she was, a suburban shade of gray. This is a conversation between the main character Harold and his wife Maureen, and the problem here was that they weren't communicating, which again is a huge issue of our society where we get to miscommunications or even worse situation because we don't communicate with each other and we don't explain our thoughts or our point of view. This just was so heart-wrenching for me because they were both trying to show their love for each other because they've been together for a long time, and somehow this distance between them has been getting bigger and bigger during those years, and they were trying to somehow steer it back towards each other, but they couldn't because I don't know, I guess they were like tiptoeing, they were afraid to say the wrong thing. Also, they were trying to protect themselves, so they weren't saying what was on their minds, and because of that, there was this tension, and I was just like, ooh, tell each other. I mean, that's a normal thing in life. Not normal, but common. Alright, now for the fun part that I'm excited for. Where's the flash drive? Did I lose it? Here it is. As always, I'm gonna plug it into my laptop. First, I'm gonna put in the rating of the book. 1 out of 5. For the first two, I gave them 5 points, which is the best one, but this time I think I have to go with 2. I'm sorry. I'm gonna save it. Also, what we need to do is define the first word of the last chapter, because that's the password to the one of April. So the last one is chapter 32, and the first word is Maureen, the name of the wife. And by the way, what I liked in the book, and I forgot about that, was that there's a map at the end, because there were places mentioned, but since I don't really know UK well, I couldn't imagine where he was walking. So here's a little map that the author put in. It was kind of nice. I'm scared that this is gonna fall off. Okay, let's put in Marine. I hope I spelled it correctly. Save. Let's open April. Marine. Okay. Yay, it worked. Now, as always, I have to convert it from Mobi to EPUB because Mobi just doesn't work. Convert. Are we ready? I'm so excited. It's low. Where is it? Oh. Download. I can't. Okay, I'm gonna send it. Not to my Kindle, but to my iPad. Send. I'm gonna wait a little bit before it arrives. And one more thing that I wanted to say about the book. I said that there is also a movie, and I really want to watch it because I am interested in seeing how they kind of produced it, because like I said, it's just about a man walking through England the whole time and he's meeting different people on his way. So I am really interested in seeing how they put it into a movie. So I might watch it soon. Let's see if the book has arrived. It hasn't. Come on. Where is it? I don't know how to do this. I'm just gonna open it. It is The Spring Bride by Anne Gracie. Again, I haven't heard of this, but I can tell that it's gonna be romance, which is my favorite. Let's put it into my little document here. The Spring Bride by Anne Gracie. Save. Let's see what's on the cover. The quality is bad, so I can see it that well. Award-winning author of The Winter Bride. What if this is like a second part of something? A Chance Sisters romance. From the author of The Autumn Bride, one of the best love stories of the year. Ooh, wait, spring is the first season of the year, so hopefully that's the first part. Let's Google just to make sure. No! I think it's number 3. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's book 3. The book 1 is actually The Autumn Bride. The second is The Winter Bride. The third one is The Spring Bride. Bride, not right. And the fourth one is The Summer Bride. But I don't know if like it has to do something with each other, like if it goes one after another, or I can just read it as a standalone. Ooh, okay, here on Storygraph, it said the fact it's called The Spring Bride was tip off, and although it can be read as a standalone, the heroine's backstory that seem important enough to look into the books which come first before tackling this one. Okay, so I guess I can read it just like as the first book, and then if I like it, maybe I will read the rest of the books, and there will be references to the other ones. But I think we will be fine. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this it's the fourth one, right? Fourth part of this 12 books, 12 months, or is it 12 months, 12 books? I don't even remember. As I always say, you can join me in this month's reading book club and read the book with me. Or if you've read any of the previous books, you can always leave comments, tell me how you liked it. I hope I'll see you in May as well. Thank you for watching, and bye!